Good morning from Barcelona. I am Ashley with Winging It with Ash. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Barcelona. I am an American who has recently, in about the last 5 months, moved to Barcelona to learn Spanish. In that time, I was attending a Spanish school that I had to pick fairly quickly, and I've had a lot of you ask, how did I choose that school? But after now my experience and my dislike for the school that I was previously in, I have now chosen a brand new school that I'm starting in 2023. And today is my first day. But I thought in this video I would share with you the things that I have learned that are good things to look for when you're looking to attend a Spanish language school. Like I said, today is my very first day at Spanish school, at this new school. I have learned that there are a few things that I like to look for. One of them being his smaller class sizes. I didn't realize the importance of this until being in classes that are 12 to 15 people to one teacher. Now at my new school, it's gonna be 6 to 8 students in each classroom, which gives more time for the teacher to spend time with the students, which I really need because my conversational Spanish is terrible due to not having a teacher be able to help me with that, or like trying to speak with other students who don't know what they're saying. It was very, very difficult. But okay, it's early morning, the sun is just rising behind me, and I need to go and get a coffee before school starts. Also, it's a super windy day here in Barcelona. Another thing that I've had to consider is if the school provides a student visa. Not all schools provide that, and as an American, to stay longer than 3 months at a time, you definitely need a student visa. But if you want to do Spanish school for only 3 months, then you can be here on a tourist visa and do that. It's not a problem. Latte caliente.
Un latte, vale. ¿Con leche normal o leche de avena?
Avena, por favor.
¿Para llevar o tomamos?
A llevar. Gracias. Yeah, my coffee, and I'm super close to the school, but I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't nervous. Going from one school to the other, you just don't know what to expect. You also don't know how far along the students are, whereas I feel like I should be much farther along than I am. That's a reflection on myself as well as I think the school that I was at. So I'm really hoping I am like holding myself back a little bit, going back and redoing a few things, but I'm really excited about like challenging myself and seeing where I am versus the other students, and then hopefully catching up or maybe even surpassing them. But I'm gonna drink my coffee real quick, wish me luck, and I'm gonna go to my first day of school in my 30s. It's been 2.5 months since I've started my school, my Spanish school, and my first day was nerve-wracking. I was super, super nervous, but there are many things that I have learned while going to school there of things that you should be looking for when you're looking for a Spanish school that I didn't actually know until now. I've recognized that they're things that make a massive difference. When starting at Frida Language School, I had the right to be nervous. My previous school did not do a good job of teaching me. I didn't recognize or realize it while I was in the school, maybe just a little bit, but now being at this new school, from the very beginning, I could tell that the students were learning so much more than I did in the same amount of time at the other school. There are many reasons for this, and these reasons are things that you should be looking for when looking at the school. I never thought that I would say this, but tests are so important. I hate taking tests. I really, really hate it. But it's a way for me to tell that I'm progressing, a way for me to tell what I'm having a really difficult time with. If I'm consistently making the same mistakes over and over, then that's definitely an issue and something that needs to be worked on. So I would say one of the important things is to find a school that does tests. My previous school did no tests. They just shuffled you along, moved you through, and I didn't really internalize much at all. But because I am being tested, I know I'm being tested, I know that I need to pass the test to move forward, I know that I am definitely going to spend more time and internalize a lot more in that process. When coming to Spain to study Spanish, I didn't realize that there are two different camps. There are the camps of people who are actually interested in learning the Spanish language and living in Spain while learning it. And then there's the other camp of people who want to live in Spain, not really interested in learning the language, but they need a visa, so then they choose to go to a Spanish school because getting a student visa is one of the easiest ways to be here. The first school that I went to, I think they cater more towards that type of people. Those people who aren't necessarily interested in learning the language fluently, but need to do and will do enough schooling to be able to keep the visa and stay here longer term. The school that I am now in is a long-term school that focuses on people staying at least a year, which means that they are definitely more interested in learning the language, which makes a massive difference within my classroom because the students, for the majority of them, are studying, are going home and trying to learn the language, are interested in learning more about the culture, learning more about why we do the things we do in Spanish. Like, I really enjoy being in a classroom full of people who are interested in the language, just like I am. This was not something that I had in my first course, and I can recognize and tell the difference so much more now, and I enjoy learning the language so much more when I'm surrounded by people who are also enjoying it. So my tip for that is to find the right school for you. Depending on your reasonings for being here, don't ruin it for the students who are interested in learning the language by going to a course that they're more serious. Go to one, try to find one that's not as serious. If you are seriously interested in the language, then there are options where you can stay longer term and you can be in a class where they are teaching people how to learn Spanish and be fluent in it. So when you're looking, just have those things in mind. Know that there are two different options, that there are schools for both people, the ones that are interested and the ones that just want to be here in Spain. City Park, which is popular among the locals as well as tourists for this beautiful fountain, among other things like hanging out with your dogs or laying in the sun. It's a really nice place to come and chill. They also have options for snacks, which I was maybe thinking about. I wanted to mention that when looking into schools here in Spain, I was looking for a school that would offer cultural experiences or excursions throughout the city. My first course, it was something that they offered, but it wasn't necessarily what I was looking for. Now that I am going to Frida, I have found a course that is really good about doing, I think twice a month, we go on excursions. And the excursions have to do with the lessons that are being taught. Last month, I went to some little tiendas, some little shops, and we learned about the items that they sold there. I found it very interesting, fascinating, and something that helps me learn a lot more about the Spanish culture. Something else I didn't know to consider when looking into schools was if they offered fun things to do. Specifically, not excursions in your classroom, but specifically excursions on the weekends. I guess this is something that they do throughout Spain in courses, and I've come to really enjoy it. Something that happened last weekend is they had this big fiesta to do calçots, which is a cultural thing they do here in Spain, where they grill these big calçots, onions, and then you eat them a specific way with a specific sauce. As a foreigner here in this country, it's not something that I would know how to do or how to find somewhere to do it. It's supposed to be done among friends. So my school offered it, and we were able to all do it together and enjoy the experience, as well as learn more about the culture, which was something I had no idea would even be a part of this learning experience, but I'm so, so glad it is. It's another windy day in Barcelona today. It's funny how I started this video out on a windy day, and it continues to be windy. Oh. Not every day in Barcelona is windy, I promise. Okay, I have two last things for you to consider. One, things have not been an easy process for me here. I have had a lot of things that were unexpected come up that I've had to work through. For you, it might be an easy process, and a lot of schools help you through the process, so it is a little bit easier, but just keep in mind, it might be something you need to fight for. The other thing is that it has not been inexpensive. It's been an expensive journey for me. Specifically, to apply for a year-long visa, you need to pay ahead of time for your entire schooling for the entire year, as well as insurance within the country for the entire year, plus a lawyer, plus many other documents that you need to apply for the visa. It's very expensive. I have spent over the $7,000 specifically on my schooling process. So just keep that in mind when looking at schools and deciding on where to go, what your budget is, and how you plan on spending it. There will always be things that you are not expecting that you have to spend money on. It's just life, that's just normal. But I hope this video helped you while you are looking for a place to potentially learn another language. To me, it's completely worth all of these things, and I'm so glad that I've gone from one place to another so that I can share with you the things that I've learned and you don't have to make the same mistakes I have. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.